Merry Christmas and welcome back, YouTube now mother lovers. This is the second time I'm recording this intro because it's day 4, not day 5. So let's do day 4 of the Madam Glam Advent Adventure. Roll the Christmas intro. Okay, now that we have established that it is in fact day 4, what's in the box? What's in the box? Oh dear. Ooh, it's so pretty. And this was my genuine reaction when I opened the box. And I'm not a, ooh, it's pretty kind of person, but it's really pretty. Oh my gosh, I was so excited. Look at it. There's holly and presents and candy canes and snowflakes and all sorts, and it took me a minute to figure out that you just slide your nail under and the little legs click out. I plugged it in, and yes, I did time it, and I will save you guys the pain. It is a 1-minute timer on this one, and if you want a flash cure, which is what we're going to do a lot this video, you just turn it on with the button, double click, and it turns off. It is fantastic. So we're going to do something fun today, and we're going to start with base coat, and we're going to do 2 layers of perfect white, and I'm using my new Madam Glam mini lamp to cure for 1 minute, and I'm also going to use it to flash cure during this video. I am now applying a matte top coat to the perfect white, and I'm going to sketch out. Can you pick what I'm going to sketch out? Of course you can, because you saw the bloody thumbnail on this video. So yes, I'm sketching Rudolph. It's always a great idea to use a pencil to sketch out designs as intricate or as, I guess, difficult, that has many layers. You can always rub the pencil off with a normal rubber, or you can just buff it off with a buffer. The pencil allows you to muck around with size and scale and really get things looking balanced on the nail before you go ahead and put any product on. You can see I'm going over, I'm making things bigger, I'm looking at where the shadows are going to go eventually. It's a real opportunity to get things right before you put pen to paper. No, you put gel to nail before you put gel to nail. So because it's a matte top coat, the gel's going to go on really nice. And in the beginning it's going to be easy for you to see because it's not so shiny, but by the end, when we're layering and layering, it gets a bit more difficult. So the little Madam Glam mini lamp is going to flash up every time I do a flash cure of these lines, and it really is important to flash cure when you're doing designs this intricate, because one line or one little bit of the line, you fuck it up and that's it. You gotta rub the whole thing off, you gotta get your IPA out and you gotta rub it off. Whoops, I didn't film that bit, sorry. I forgot to push play, but you get the idea. I just did a whoop and outlined his head. I'm doing his eyeballs, and I am doing them different sizes on purpose, and he's going to be given different sized pupils and eyebrows to give him a point of interest. So he looks a bit happy and a bit goofy, and he's not boring basically. So we're moving on to the ears, and he's got an outside and an inside ear. Ding! for 1 minute, I would like to not get an email. Just for 1 minute. I just want to film a video and not have an email ding through. I think it's happened on the last 3, but that's okay. I'm not going to lose my shit. We're just going to press on. So where are we now? What am I doing? We're doing some antlers, yeah. Yes, we're doing antlers. So I do the outsides and flash that, and then I do the insides just in case I stuff up the insides. I don't want to rub out a good line that I've already done on the outside. Yes, you can go back with IPA at any time, like you'll see me do when we do the colour in, and just remove bits that don't look any good before you cure. Always before you cure, because if you cure it and you're not happy, then you've got a buff, and that just shits me up the wall. For one, I hate buffing because fucking dust and shit gets everywhere, and then you gotta clean that up before you can go back, because you gotta put all your shit away so the dust doesn't get in it. And yeah, it's just yeah, use your IPA, get on top of it, be happy with your shape before you cure it. Oh, please like and subscribe to this channel. Please like this video. That was my e-begging for the first time in this video. Probably do it again, I usually do. And maybe one day, maybe one of you will subscribe. That would be wonderful. So what you see here is me decanting onto my palette some colors that I'm going to use, and base coat. That was base coat. So now we are going to be big kids, and we are going to color inside the lines. You want to color inside the lines because if you go outside the lines, then you got to get the IPA out or do the buffing thing, and I've just had a buffing rant, so we don't want to have 2 buffing rants in one video. It's not good for my mental health, let's be honest. I swap between brushes a lot when I'm doing the infills. You'll see here it's a detail brush. I was just using a liner brush to do his neck. I probably could have used the petal brush or the watercolor brush. I'm going to check the comments to see what everyone's decided that I should call the brush, petal brush or watercolor brush. Maybe someone apart from my husband will comment, who knows, but whoever that person is, whatever your opinion's going to be, that's what the bloody brush is going to be called on this channel. Okay, so you can see I'm just going through and filling out the darker brown bits. This is using Madam Glam's Perfect Brown, and they call it Perfect Brown because it's fucking perfect, and I don't know how they've done it, but they're blues, green, purple, yellow, orange, all those kind of colors are perfect, and it's annoying because that shit annoys me and it's not good for my blood pressure. Fuck. Oh dear. Okay, whatever. Right. I'm taking a Jesus Christ. I'm taking a pinky brown. It's kind of a brown, but it's more a nude. It's in the nude. I think it's called Always Latte, from their Friends collection or something. I don't quite remember. But I have it in my collection, so clearly I've used it before. Or just desperately needed it during one of their sales that I've purchased. So around his head, okay, back to the nail, I'll stop ranting about health and other bullshit. Around his eyebrows, I am being quite careful to go around his eyebrows. Reason being to keep the eyebrows, but I didn't want to redraw black on top of that color for reasons. Yeah, it's got to do with dimensions, because you want everything to sort of be on the same plane, so everything at the moment is built up on the same layer. If you go back and watch my turkey video, I did a turkey for Thanksgiving. I'll put the link up the top because I've figured out how to do that. Go me and technology. Fuck yeah. But yeah, in that video I did layering to produce a 3D kind of technique, a layered technique. This, I'm not doing that so much. So you might be looking at this going, oh, why are you colouring in his eyeballs? You've just fucking said one layer. Because there were still pencil marks on the inside of his eyeballs that you could see. So the eyeballs are going to get coloured in white and then they'll have a little bit of black over the top, and that's okay because the pupils are kind of popping out and happy, and it makes him look kind of cool and kind of goofy. He's got a bit of personality, this Rudolph, which I am very, very pleased about, I have to say. And the good thing about pupils is you don't always have to just put a dot and be done with it. You can see there that he's kind of got a crescent moon and a funny shape on the other side. That's where the personality comes in. Shut up, look at the arrow. I am mixing the black, the perfect black, with base coat. The reason I'm doing that, you ask? Well, thanks for asking. I don't mind telling you. It's for shading. So instead of having to decant 4,000 different browns and that kind of stuff, all you need to do to achieve shading is mix black with the base coat, and then place it in areas that you think are going to add the best dimensions. So you'll see I've put it around his cheeks, down his neck, underneath his ears, and over the top of his ears. I've also put it underneath his eyebrows. That gives him, whoa, stop ranting, mixing white. Why are we mixing white? You guessed it, highlights. So the lowlights and the highlights make these nails and these detailed cartoon nails pop. Just like you do with the pop art sort of stuff, you want to have that contrast between light side, dark side, and it really, really brings out their personality and makes them crazy pop. So I've put a little bit of highlight on his nose, a little bit of highlight on his ears, and I'll flash that before I go onto his antlers because I put quite a bit of highlight on his antlers, and that helps them to really not look like weird grey combs, hairbrush combs. It really brings out the dimension, and it's hard to see on film, but in reality because the white is mixed in with the base coat, it varies, the tone varies, and it looks really cool in real life. It's got this kind of, I don't know, almost realistic vibe. Anyway, flash, and whoopsie, I forgot to press cord. For fuck's sake. I forgot to push record when I drew his little collar. So his little collar has magically appeared because it's Christmas and it's magical this time of year. Stop ranting, you crazy woman. So I've drawn his little amulet, or it's not quite an amulet of power. I've drawn his little collar, thank you, and I'm giving him a little swoop, a little D, and another little swoopy line to give him an R for Rudolph around his neck. I ummed and ahed and looked at it and it was a bit funny looking, so I did end up black outlining it. I wasn't going to, but it does look better black outlined. It fits with the cartoon. And I know you were all panicking because there was no glitter. Well, the R is the perfect gold, which is a glitter, but this is a red glitter. Red glitter nose because it's Rudolph, and Rudolph absolutely can't have a non-red glittered nose. He's getting a full cure, and this is him covered in the velvet top coat, but I wanted to show you him looking shiny because cartoons unfortunately always look better matte, which is how he looks now. He's amazing! But it is a crime at Christmas to cover glitter with matte. So I'm taking the no wipe top coat and I am giving Mr. Rudolph a bulbous red nose. So I'm being quite generous with my application, and the gel is forming a little gel bubble. And what I do is hold him upside down and cure it upside down, which is what you saw. I didn't want to turn the light on because it's like bright in your eyes. But yes, he's been cured and he's got a shiny red nose to guide Santa to all of us at Christmas time, and he better guide him to my house because presents be coming my way. I just tells ya. Oh yes, the true meaning of Christmas. Please like this video, give it a thumbs up. Lots of work went into Rudolph and I think he looks pretty cool. Subscribe to my channel for some more Aussie antics, swearing and insane rambling, and I will see you tomorrow in day number 5 of Madam Glam's Advent Adventure. Thank you. Bye.